Alright guys, so we're going to take a look at the latest World Tournament LR Mercenary Tao at 55%. So I do think this is kind of funny because I did grind super hard during the last World Tournament to get local number 1 in order to get 2 copies of this LR Mercenary Tao, and yet the first video I am doing is a 55% showcase of him, which basically means that I didn't need to endure that mind-numbingly just absolute horrid grinds that I did go through to make this video. But here we are. Let's take a look at Mercenary Tao without dupes. So taking a look, as you can see here, he is at 55%. I did not put in my other dupe of him. So this is basically him at his stock potential. He has no equipment on either. If you do have a plus 500 attack skill orb for the bronze slots, you can get slightly higher attack stats with that, but again, we're just really as basic as possible to get that reading of him as stock, you know, out of box, I guess, as you could possibly get. And he is at full link level 1, which is a blessing and a curse, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So, taking a look, we are in the Legendary Goku event on a full Dragon Ball Seekers team. His turn 1 defense is 75k, which isn't too bad, but he does have 40% support on rotation from this Giru. So that is with 40% support, that turn 1 defense, which isn't exactly impressive, but he does raise attack and defense for 1 turn on his super attack, as well as gain a whole bunch of defense when you do get key spheres with him. So we're just going to go ahead here. I want him to take as many attacks as possible to proc his active skill, or at least have it available, because he does need to receive attack 3 or more times during battle. So we are going to try and get him to be attacked as much as possible. So taking a look at his super attack effects and his passive, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn on both his 12 and 18 key super. He then also has a high chance of performing a critical hit on both 12 and 18 key super, which is a 50% chance of performing a critical hit. So additional attack is looking like a pretty good option for him in the hidden potential system. At least that is what I would do. So with that being said, looking at his passive skill, he does have attack plus 5,648 per key sphere obtained, and then plus an additional attack and defense plus 7,564 per key sphere with 3 or more key spheres obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 10,108 when performing a super attack, and then another additional attack and defense plus 10,108 when performing an ultra super attack. Finally, he gains an additional key plus 1 per key sphere obtained. So that was a mouthful. As you can see, he does give flat number bonuses rather than percent boosts in his passive skill. But the way that his passive skill works is that he gets, if he gets 3 key orbs, he's getting 5,648 attack and defense per orb. But if he gets 3 or more orbs, he's getting 13,212 attack and defense per orb. So that is really fantastic for just a flat boost. So taking a look at him now, we have another 30% attack support on rotation from this Jace. So he is getting 70% attack support on rotation currently. Now his defense is still the same, but we're going to get 7 key spheres here. So what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm going to keep Jace on rotation, but we're going to keep, or give Tao these 7 key spheres. And as you can see here, even though he only got 7, he has a full 24 key super. That is because of his extremely powerful ability in his passive to gain an additional key per key sphere obtained, which means he has that super consistency when it comes to launching super attacks, 18 key super attacks, which means that his full passive will be there, you know, getting that additional 10,000 108 twice for launching an Ultra Super attack, which is an 18 key super. So overall, I mean, he's really solid. He is a nuking type unit, but in a different sort of way, because he does have the flat boosts rather than percentage boosts. But his flat boosts are quite impressive, as I said, when you do get 3 or more key spheres obtained. So, in all honesty, you should be averaging about 3 key spheres with him whenever you do get key orbs with him. So, on average 3 or 4 maybe. So, he should be getting that full sort of effect from his passive with 3 orbs or more. And that should be about the average that you get. Now, with that being said, it is a little bit inconsistent with the amount of key spheres that you have if you don't have a key sphere changer on the team, because sometimes you can be hard bricked. Like you saw in my first turn, I only was able to get 1 key sphere. But again, the average, I would say, is about 3 or 4. So you shouldn't worry too much, even if you don't have a key sphere changer on the team. He is pretty consistent, especially considering he does get the extra key +1 per key sphere obtained. So now we have 60% support on rotation. He has the, let's see here, 30% attack and defense from the LR Ginyu Force, and then 30% attack from this Jace. I want someone to get super attacked here who I know will take quite a bit of damage. I think Tao would take less damage, and I want Tao to get hit more, so I think we're going to do this. Have this LR Ginyu Force get super attacked, because we do want his passive skill. Now, to get Mercenary Tao's passive skill, it can be activated when HP is 50% or less after the character receives attack 3 or more times in battle. And his active skill massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and stuns the enemy for 1 turn. So that's a pretty useful effect for Extreme Super Battle Road or Super Battle Road, things of that nature, where you can actually get a debuff off. Like, as you can see here in the Legendary Goku event, you are unable to stun or seal the enemy, which means that you will not get that effect from his active skill. But Extreme Super Battle Road, those enemies can receive those debuffs, which can actually make a difference in those modes. It can help you, it can save a lot of trouble for you if you can land a stun off on an enemy in one of those modes. So we're going to try and get that. If I can't, I'm probably going to skip ahead until we can get his active skill, because it can be annoying. The 50% or less restriction definitely does hurt, but that's why I do want to try and get super attacked in the first slot, or get super attacked with an enemy who doesn't have type advantage or something along those lines. So we're not trying to get the best super attack stats just yet, because, well, this one we don't even have support on rotation. Honestly, I don't even know why I floated the LR Ginyu Force there. I guess I just expected the GT Trio to get damaged more by this Goku. Okay, they are getting super attack. They shouldn't take that. Oh, yes, of course. Why wouldn't they had to dodge that? Maybe it's a good sign. No, of course, yes. Thank you, game. Except when I need the dodges in the more difficult events, it's like, nope, we're not dodging because we don't have to dodge. We're gonna have Jace take the super attack here, actually, so that way we can see if we can get below 50% HP here. Try and avoid getting same type orbs as well. I hope we don't finish him off with the GT Trio, but hopefully we can drop below 50%, because I do believe we did get attacked 3 or more times in battle. So let's move on to Tao's links. Now, as I said, it's a blessing and a curse, his links. It's a blessing because his links aren't that good, which does mean that you don't really need to link level 10 him, because in all honesty, when you look at his link set, right, he has Crane Skull, Supreme Warrior, Coward, Brutal Beatdown, Dodon Ray, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. The only 2 links you can get consistently will be Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. Those are, you know, the most common of his links, and you can get them with pretty much most LRs. But Brutal Beatdown can be found sometimes. It would be ideal to get Brutal Beatdown, but the problem with Brutal Beatdown is that only a few LRs that I could think of right now actually have it. And with that being said, they're not on the same categories as Tao. You know, LR Nappa and Vegeta, for instance, are one of those LRs. And yet, I don't think they share a single category. So, that's an issue. And then the rest of his links are only really shared by one other unit, which is the World Tournament Tech Cyborg Tao, which is a World Tournament reward, which does mean that if you did not end up participating during his World Tournament where he was the reward card, which I didn't participate in, that means that you would only have a chance to pull him during the ticket summons on a banner where he is featured. So that's a problem. That Tao is not even that good of a unit himself, but that Tech Cyborg Tao does share 6 links with him. He shares every link but Legendary Power. So if you're looking for the best linking partner for that Mercenary Tao, then there you go. That is going to be the best linking partner for him. But sadly, it's just not looking good for this Tao in terms of linking partners. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. I wouldn't say it's that much of a struggle, but you will have a little bit of trouble. You can find the LR Tien and Chaozu World Tournament LR to be a pretty good linking partner as well. They share 4 links. But again, that's another older World Tournament LR. So if you don't have him, you're going to only have the chance to pull him from the ticket summons. So what I find the best linking partner to be is any LR that shares Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. Those are the 2 that I think. I mean, those 2 links are consistent. So with that being said, it's just rough for him. And that's why I'm not really bothering with finding good linking partners for him on the team. So we should have the active skill here. So let's quickly pop off the active skill, and then we will continue with the showcase. So I will be back in just a second.
すまん、私が悪かった。許してくれ。引っかかったな。さらばだ、死ね。
Alright, as you can see, his OST is a pure, straight banger. It is one of my favorite OSTs. For an LR, this OST absolutely rocks. So, with that active skill, we did again massively raise attack for temporarily. So, on top of that, we also could have gotten the stun off. But, as you can see here, we have quite a bit of support. We have 30 or 40% support from this demon goddess Booba Mommy Milker's Big Booba 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 Toa, who can give up to 40% if she did pass the RNG check for the additional 10% attack and defense. And we have 30% attack from Jace. So his defense is currently 90k, which is, you know, better than the 77k that it was earlier. But we can pick up a staggering 11 key orbs here with Tao. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to grab these 11 key spheres. And we now have 235k defense, which is fairly respectable. You know, it's fairly respectable considering it wasn't a percentage boost. That was just a flat number boost, a flat boost. And our attack stat, I can imagine, we're going to break maybe 3 million. Maybe we can go over 3 million with this attack stat here. I don't think he would really struggle with tanking, so I'm going to keep him in slot 1, although I'm a little worried about Jace here. Let's just have this play out, but I do think that the 200k defense should be enough. So let's see here how we do. With all this support on rotation, will we actually break 3 million? I think it's possible. 3.26. So 3.26 million attack stat, not too shabby whatsoever for a 55% LR. And he does have that high chance of performing a critical hit, which is a big deal because if you're hitting those high attack stats and then on top of that, you're managing to perform a crit, that could be some potentially very good damage. So yes, this LR, this LR Mercenary Tao, for being a free-to-play option, like yes, this is a free-to-play option. You win the world tournament, or not win it, but you know, if you place high enough in your local rankings, you can pull a copy of this guy, and then all of a sudden, it's gonna look pretty damn good. You know, he is totally worth a little extra grind. Believe me, I know all about the world tournament grind. You can check out my previous world tournament grinding streams on my channel. They are up in terms of as VODs. But yeah, like a little extra effort for this quality LR, I think is completely worth it. He's totally worth it. He's so good. The only problem with him, as I said, is his links and his categories. He is a little limited. He is on 6. Dragon Ball Seekers, Dragon Ball Saga, Siblings Bond, Target Goku, Earthlings, and Sworn Enemies. Not all of those categories are that good yet, like Earthlings. It does need a full-fledged leader with 170% of stats leader skill for me, at least in my opinion, to become a pretty good team. Dragon Ball Saga obviously needs a lot, but the devs just really haven't been giving Dragon Ball Saga their just due. They've only really been getting buffs from these World Tournament LRs, but then he's on some good categories like Dragon Ball Seekers, as you can currently see here. You know, with this team, he is on Sworn Enemies, the LR AGL Full Power Frieza leader, so he is on a few good categories, but that's about all that's really bad about him. He's a really good LR, very solid, World Tournament reward, not that much effort, he's free to play basically. The only real thing about him that I would say is you have to invest the Kais, but even then it's totally worth it. Let's get one more attack stat with him and then call it a video, because honestly he's a very impressive unit, and he's at 55% currently. So when he does get rainbowed, for me at least, we'll definitely go into a showcase with that. I'm gonna let's just go in plain here. How much is his defense? 171k after 6 key spheres. We're gonna get a Dokkan attack, so you have to look at the bottom left of the screen under his portrait to see his actual attack stat. But yeah, a good unit. Let me know what you think of this guy, because I do think he's impressive. 2.51 million. Yeah, 2.5 million basically. Not too shabby for only 6 key spheres obtained. The damage is not too bad. And the high chance to crit, it's looking pretty damn good. So let me know, as I said, let me know what you think of this guy. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the next one.